Morning voice.
Oh, I feel that. Oh my goodness, welcome in. This is Rita Kamishiro, and you are now listening to the comfiest corner of the internet, RKNGL Radio, where you can kick back, relax, and enjoy the company of me, all of the amazing archangels we have here today, and our lovely guest here today. Woohoo!
Konnichiwa.
Welcome in.
Konbanwa.
Thank you so much for coming in today. I know you must be very tired. You've been very busy and all that stuff. So I just want to thank you so much for coming in to RKNGL Radio today. Oh my goodness.
Thank you for inviting me because I'm a socially anxious ball that barely talks to us.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. And you know what? Today, the whole point is to just let you go off, fangirl, do whatever it is that you want today. You are going to be our teacher. We're going to learn about all things Airi today. And if you don't know who this lovely individual sitting right next to me is, Airi Chisaka is the Lieutenant General of FaZe Army, part of FaZe Connect's second generation. So on her channel lately, you'll find her playing Mega Man, Ocarina of Time, and plenty more. As you can already tell, Airi's very silly and cute, and she has a wonderful singing voice. If you haven't already checked out our duo collab of Rambu no Melody, you can also check out her recent cover of Queen Moment. Go listen to it. It's amazing. But if you want to get to know Airi more, be sure to hang out with her and the rest of the Airi heads over on her YouTube channel. But without further ado, I'll hand the reins off over to you for a self-introduction. Go ahead and introduce yourself a bit more.
I suck at things like this, so I'll just keep it simple and short. But hello, konbanwa. I am Chisaka, Airi, Lieutenant General of FaZe Army, and I'm part of FaZe Alias, which is the second generation of FaZe Connect.
Woohoo!
Okay, a big thing to note is that I'm a wolf, okay? Like, W-O-L-F, yeah? W-O-L-F, wolf. The one that goes awoo, not bark bark, yeah?
I think dogs also go awoos.
I'm the one that howls at the moon. I'm the one that howls at the moon. The moon one. I'm the moon
Right,
one,
that's right.
not the domesticated one. I'm the one that's like out there in the wild running around. Yeah.
Keynote. I asked Airi. I was like, we were talking before, and I was like, is there anything you really want to let me know? Like any importance? She goes, wolf. So very important note. And Shadi, thank you so much for the link. Please do go check it out. I was listening to it a lot before today. And oh my god, I'm just so excited to have you here. We have so much to talk about today, and we'll get into all of that. But for those again who are meeting you for the first time today, what is Airi in a nutshell, right? What is your charm point? If you had to describe yourself, sell yourself in like in a sentence, how would you describe yourself?
I wouldn't say I have a charm point, but I have one word to describe myself.
Go ahead.
Pon.
Everyone was just one step ahead of you.
Wait.
Oh my goodness. But at least you're pawn and proud, right? I'm pawn and I'm proud.
More like I'm cringe and I'm proud.
You know what they say? Cringe is dead.
Cringe.
Cringe is dead, right? Do what you do. You do you. You have fun. Oh my gosh, we're gonna have so much fun today.
Embrace the cringe within you.
Oh, exactly.
There is no escaping it.
There's no escape. The cringe within. Honestly, being cringe is pretty fun. You know what I mean?
I mean, like, if you can't escape from it, might as well join him and become
You're
one of the
so
cringe.
right. Exactly. If you can't beat him, join him, right? Words of wisdom right here. You forgot to add wise to that. That was probably the wisest thing I've heard all week. Oh my gosh. If you can't beat him, join him in terms of being cringe.
Exactly.
Yes, let us be cringe together today. That is today's theme. That is today's motif. We're gonna be cringe together. Cringe together strong.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
What? Double the cringe, right?
Exactly. Double the cringe. Oh my gosh. Exact. Cringe is just being true to yourself, and that's what we're gonna do today. But before we jump into the meat and potatoes of today, do you have any fun announcements? Any big news? You want to tell us more about that cover you released a couple of weeks ago? This is your time.
I have an announcement.
Go ahead.
I'm still alive. I didn't die. What's up? I'm
pretty
still
big news.
alive and streaming. I'm not taking a break. Oh my gosh. I don't know how I survived this week. I don't know if I'm gonna survive next week either.
Oh my
But
god.
I'm alive, motherfucker.
Thank you for your hard work. Oh my god.
You guys can't kill me off that easily. Let's go. She died
Oh
last
my
night.
gosh.
So I didn't die last night.
Mhm.
I just passed out because I was tired.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you again for all of your hard work, and thank you again for making it out to Archangel Radio. Despite being so tired. It's also so cold lately. It was so hard getting out of bed today.
I was literally telling Rita, I was like, I'm awake, but give me a few minutes. I need to get out of my bed. My
You're
bed
so
is too
valid.
warm, and my blanket. I can't get out of this bed. And then like 10 minutes later, I'm like, don't worry, I didn't fall asleep. I'm still awake. I just can't bring myself to get out of bed. And like 10 minutes before stream, I'm like, I'm coming.
You're so valid.
I'm
That's when you bring the blanket to bed. That's how I just have to the desk. I have a blanket over my legs. It's so cold.
Oh,
Oh
I
my
have a
God.
blanket over my shoulders right now too.
We're just too cold VTubers. Oh my gosh.
We're two VTuber burritos.
Oh my gosh.
Actually.
Well, it's just what we needed, because we're gonna spend a lot of time getting cozy and just chatting about whatever comes to mind today. So our two big topics for today are Otome games and music games. So before we check out your screen time, why don't you give us a quick little brief rundown about why you love Otome games and music games so much? Why should the audience be so hyped and excited about what you have to share with us today?
I don't know if they want to be well, I don't know. How should I describe this?
Oh.
I'm a hardcore fangirl when it comes to those two topics.
What
You
makes you
already
a
had-
hardcore fangirl?
I mean, you already had a taste of it right before stream.
For those who are wondering why we started late, we were just having a moment.
And then we forgot the time. We were like, oh,
Yeah,
wait,
absolutely.
we should be streaming.
I should probably start
We
that
should've
button,
been
shouldn't I?
Oh yeah, I also love secondary character shippings. Oh my gosh. Everybody
You're so
always talks
valid for
about the
that.
canon shipping, and I'm like, no, not like
Oh.
this. Like yesterday, somebody mentioned Orin High School Host Club, and I'm like,
Mhm.
no, Tamaki X Haruhi, no, that's not where it's at. It's Hikaru X Haruhi, that's where it's at. That's where it's at.
I've had this exact conversation with one of my friends, because I told she was asking me, what's your ship in this show? And I said, guess. And I was like, no. And she's like, Tamaki and Haruhi. Yes, I'm very much a proponent of, as much as I like enjoy other like secondary character ships, my brain just can't ship anything other than the canon couple.
Oh really?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
For me, I always like the like secondary pairing, and because of that, I'm always set up for disappointment.
No.
And because I'm always set up for disappointment, because of that, I end up going to fan fictions.
You're so valid, though. You're so valid. But the thing is about fan fiction is that they can expand on a world so like much. Like you have like literary geniuses going in and writing like 50-page fan fictions about this socioeconomic implications of this world, and it's so fascinating. But you're so valid. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the fan fictions that are good at world building instead of just like going
absolutely.
through the plot. Don't you know it's a good fan fiction when they know how to do world building.
Right, I agree. And you feel so immersed in everything that's happening. Oh my gosh. Well, I think we got a taste of your passion for Otome games and music games just now. So how about we just jump right into your screen time, shall we? What do you have on your phone? Let's go ahead and check it out. Dun. Here we go. So, as you can see here, I asked Airi, what games do you play a lot? What can we find on your phone? And for those who are watching along, we do have a lot of folks who listen to RKNGL Radio. For those who are watching along, as you can see, we have a road map, if you will, a road map of today's adventure to the wonderful world of Otome games and music games.
I feel so exposed.
Airi, this is your time to shine. Remember, cringe is dead. Remember, if you can't beat him, join him.
I mean, to be fair, this is just probably a small, tiny portion of the games I have on my phone.
This is just the beginning. This is chapter 1.
Exactly. I have so much more games than this. I know you like. I have gone over.
We need to talk about Genshin today too. We should have added that one.
I mean, it's not really an Otome game or a music. I mean, it might as well be a music game with all the music games in there and the dating kind of thing in there. But I mean, it's different. It's different.
I was talking to my friend who doesn't play Genshin, and I tell her about all of the story quests and all of the themed events, and she goes, "You know how profitable Hoyoverse would be if Genshin Impact was an Otome game?" And I said, "Go off. Speak your truth."
I mean, to be fair, it does have the dating thing. But it doesn't have it for every single character, which is a shame.
Right. And she goes, she was like, if they fully send into Otome game realm, I think they could be so much more profitable. I thought that was so funny.
I mean, technically, they do have an Otome. Hoyoverse does have an Otome game tech.
They do. We'll get into that later. We do have a question from the audience. How many games, if you had to guess, do you have on your phone?
Should I go with my phone out? It's right behind me.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Give me a second.
Absolutely. What I'm wondering though, while we're waiting for Airi to get her phone, is how do people have space for all of these games? Right? Because Genshin Impact already is so many gigabytes. At one point I had to sacrifice Genshin for Tears of Themis.
You sometimes have to make sacrifices. I had to uninstall a lot of games in order to download new games. Also, when you buy a new phone, you always need to get the phone with the biggest size.
I actually know someone who has 2 phones. Yes.
2 phones for calling?
One is for calling and, texting and using messenger apps and day-to-day things, photos. And the other phone is specifically for mobile games.
I mean, do they have data on both of it? Or...
Yes.
What?
Because I remember
really?
I went to go hang out with a couple of friends, and it was back when we were playing Pokemon Go, and so we all decided we were gonna meet up at a library park, and we were gonna walk around and play some Pokemon Go. So we're waiting for everyone to come in, and the guy in question, he rocks up, and he's messaging everyone, the group chat, "Hey guys, I'm here," and we saw him on his phone messaging us as he walked up. And he said, "Okay, cool, you're here. Are we ready to play Pokemon Go?" And he said, "Yeah, hold on, give me a second." He puts his phone away and grabs another one for Pokemon Go.
What?
And I was so amazed by the dedication. That's pretty awesome, if you ask me.
I have several phones too, but I don't have data for both of them.
I was the level of dedication for this guy when it came to his, because I looked at it. He showed us his phone, his game phone, and it was just all games, nothing else.
Wait, so were you one of those people who would just walk around everywhere when Pokemon Go came out?
I was very much a situational person. I would go, it was a very social thing for me. Or if I went out for a walk, if I was gonna get some steps in, I would pull out Pokemon Go.
In my case, there's no Pokemon Go kind of stuff near me. So what I would do is I go to the beach, and I'm okay, might as well walk around the beach and get Pokemons while I'm at it.
That's the perfect way to do it, right? You just go out and you make it a thing, you make it a whole event. Oh my gosh. But we're not talking about Pokemon Go today. Today we're
okay.
talking about your field of expertise. We have a field expert in here today. And how shameful would it be if we didn't ask her about her field of expertise? The first game you had on here is Love and Producer. Is that right?
Yes, it's a Love and Producer in Korean, and I don't know how to pronounce it in Chinese, but it's basically Love and Producer in Chinese. And in Japanese, it's like Love X Evil. And then in English, it has the weirdest name ever, which is Mr. Love Queen's Choice, which is like who the heck named this thing? Who the heck hired? Who is the one who was hired to like make this thing? What? I don't understand. Mr. Love Queen's Choice? If you play the game, that makes okay, it kind of makes some sense. It kind of makes some sense, to be fair. But what the heck, Mr. Love Queen's Choice? Who's gonna play a game named Mr. Love Queen's Choice? That's so...
Oh my gosh. Because you mentioned, you gave me the list and I saw Love and Producer. I thought, I've never heard of that before. But then I searched it up and I saw Mr. Love Queen's Choice. And I thought, oh, I always get ads for this.
Ha 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 ha.
Oh my gosh. Somebody asks, are Otome games dating sims? Do you want to give folks a quick rundown, maybe who aren't familiar with Otome games?
Otome games? Or, yeah, it's basically like dating sims, but within the like Otome game series game kind of stuff, there's like subcategory. There's basically like the set storyline ones where like you don't choose a character and you just like go through the story, which is basically the Love and Producer and Tears of Demis route.
Okay.
And then there's like the other Otome game styles, which are which would be more cybered games, I guess.
Okay.
Where you choose a route. Where you choose a route and go forward with that route. So basically, the two Otome game styles are like, there's one main plot, one story plot where like all the characters come in, and then the other route is there's several there isn't a quote unquote main story plot.
Okay.
There's just like one plot per route, basically. Yeah, it's kind of like visual novels. Kind of like visual.
Okay,
novels.
I'm learning so much. This is so exciting. Now, which one do you prefer?
I like the one main plot one because like so if you're a liker of things like Cyber, right, where it has like several routes,
yes,
especially if it's a mobile game and not like, I don't know, let's say like a console or PC game, expect to spend a lot of freaking money or time if you want to go through all those routes, because it's like, you can only read like 5 parts of a chapter per day, and I'm just like, bruh, I'm never gonna be able to finish this story if it's 5 parts to a chapter per day. And it's unless you spend more like money, you can't really like, and then on top of that, there's gonna be event stories. So it's like, oh my gosh, I have to spend on event stories and the main plot. If they keep releasing event plots, then I'm never gonna be able to get to the main story. Or what? They know how to milk money out of poor girls. Oh my god.
So I have to ask, why is it called Love and Producer? What is it about so that it's called Love and Producer? Let us know.
I'm gonna be brutally I'm gonna be brutally honest
Go
with
ahead.
this.
Okay.
I don't know why. It made sense. It made sense in the like first 10 chapters of season 1. It made sense in the first 10 chapters of season 1.
Oh.
And then it suddenly didn't.
Speak your truth.
It's like God of High School. God of High School used to be about like, I'm so powerful, I gotta become the strongest in the school. And then it suddenly turned into like a tournament, and now it's like gods everywhere kind of thing. Yeah, it's kind of like that thing. The farther like it goes into the storyline, the less the title makes sense.
Oh my gosh, the story's been changing, I guess.
Makes sense.
Oh
yeah,
my
it used to be about like 4 guys with like this video producer or television series producer.
Okay.
So Love X Evil and Love and Producer didn't make sense.
Oh. So,
And then
go ahead.
all of a sudden, it's like, it's not really about the producer and her four loves anymore. Haha, joke's on you. We have a fifth guy now, and like,
new character.
she's still a producer, but like, oh look, the world is about to end, and the world, and you're like special, and like, there's, it's, yeah,
Wow.
the title no longer makes sense.
Now, I have to ask, what is this special ability thing? I did a brief, pre-read, right? I didn't want to come to lecture unprepared, so I did a little pre-read before stream.
The evil.
They have, yes, special ability, precognition, replication. Tell me about that. Every character has one.
So, not every character has
sorry, go
one.
ahead.
The main characters happen to have one,
Right.
basically.
Okay.
And that's what becomes like the main conflict and issue once we get into season 2.
okay.
Because it's like people who have special powers versus people who don't have special powers. And then it starts getting all philosophical. And then I learned about
Oh.
time paradoxes through
Whoa,
this game
what?
somehow.
What? Oh my gosh. Okay.
Like
Wow.
there's a lot of romance in it, but at the same time, it gets like super philosophical, and I'm
I
like,
love that.
okay,
That's super
what's
cool.
going on? What's going on? This is too much donk. This is too much donking for my brain. I'm here for the romance, but then the philosophical moments are pretty nice too, because it's
Wow.
basically about people who have powers like that want to fit in basically with the normal people, but the normal people are like, hell no, you guys are scary and you guys are gonna kill us and then blah blah blah, so they don't like the evil.
Oh my gosh. It seems
And there's
a little
like a-
dark and scary.
Yeah, and then there's a freaking group that wants to get rid of the people with the special powers,
Uh-huh.
but
Oh, no. Okay.
but like it's you would think it's made out of the people without the special powers, right?
Yeah, yeah.
No, it's made by the people with the special power.
Oh my gosh.
And
Why
it also has
though?
like large companies like taking part in it, and
Oh,
it's like
wow.
this guy is like the CEO of the largest corporation in this game, but like at the same time he's like the boss of like this like huge like quote unquote crime organization, but he's actually a
Whoa.
good guy, and the police are actually the well, not police, it's like a police task special
Okay,
task force
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
thing, like
Oh
a
my
new weapon
gosh.
project. The police members or like the whatever members in this project called New Weapons Project is actually the bad guys, and there's a
Whoa.
bunch of stuff going on in this plot.
See, Otome games are more than meets the eye. It's not just, romance here and there. There's also riveting story plots. But I do
It's
have to ask
wild.
though, who is your favorite of the main characters?
Oh no, don't do me like this. Okay, so I used to be one of the huge whales for this game.
Okay. And you can keep that information as private. If you want to share how much I think a couple of folks were wondering, how much have you spent at Otome games? But if that's not a topic you want to touch on, you don't have to. But yes, you used to be a big whale in the games. Continue.
I mean, okay, so I haven't spent as much as I did on Genshin, obviously.
Same.
But I used to be one of the big spenders, aka I would need to get every single gacha card that came out, every single
You're
event
so valid.
card that came out, even if it means I need to throw money at it, meaning I guess this event's gonna cost me $500 unless I get like super lucky, because gacha sucks. Because gacha has all 4 characters, so if there's 4 event limited cards, because there's 4 male characters, that means you need to go get all 4 SMRs. And the pity's at 144 pulls, and it's absolutely disgusting.
I do this thing with my friends who also play Tears of Themis. Whenever an event comes out and there's 4 SSRs, we have our assigned character, and we try to get the card for that character, and then we just share the story with each other. We tell each other what happens in the story.
Weak!
Really?
No! You're supposed to get all 4 on one account!
I'm
That's
so
not
sorry,
how that
Professor.
works. That's
Are you
not how
gonna
that
fail me in class now?
I'm not gonna fail you, but I'm gonna give you a D.
Okay,
You're
I
very close to
understand, I
failing. You're very close to
What can I do to bring my grade up? Do you have any extra credit? What's my extra credit? Please, I need it.
Get the remaining 3 characters.
I'm I'm trying to get Luke's SSR right now. If I will attempt to get Luke's SSR. How does that sound? Good compromise?
Who did you get?
I got Artem's
Previous.
already.
I see.
Mhm.
Get Marius while you're at it too, then I will be satisfied.
Because I'm already... Do they share pity across all 4 banners?
Yes, the pity is shared.
I see. Okay, because I've been pulling on the Luke banner. But I wanted to get the Luke card.
I mean, okay, so
Okay,
for that
go
one,
ahead, go ahead.
you know how there's 4 characters in that game, right?
Yes. Mhm.
There's also like 4 main characters in Love and Producer too.
Oh,
But the difference between the 2 games is that for Love and Producer, I like all 4 of the characters, so I
Oh,
go for all
really?
4 characters.
wow.
For Tears of Davis, I don't really like one of the characters, so I usually get everything except that one character.
Wait, who is your except that one character? Is it... Go.
My friend, she
Mhm.
loves this character, so she always like,
Oh, on the
Good.
count of 3, we'll say it together.
okay,
Who is
fine.
it?
What?
1, 2, 3.
Vin.
No, it's so sad. Oh my gosh. Go off. Continue.
Okay, yeah, so even for this event right now, I didn't
Okay.
go for Vin, and I
Mm.
do have a lot of Vin cards because I'm a
Mm.
collector, right?
Sure.
But the
absolutely.
thing is, for every single card, there's gonna be like this special date or like this special
Mm.
story. For every single card,
Right.
I read a lot of them, but I haven't touched any of the Vins. Like, I do touch Vins, but then the problem is, I skip over it just because I want to get the reward for reading and watching the story.
I don't know. Vin just makes me uncomfortable. I read one Vin card, and the gist of the story was that he you catch him like crying, like he's crying, like fully like sobbing. But it turns out he was just faking it the whole time because he wanted to see how you reacted. And I don't know. That just didn't sit right with me. He
Okay,
goes from go ahead.
There's actually a character that's very the characters in Love and Producer and Tears of Demons are
Mhm.
actually pretty similar.
I noticed that.
And there's
Go
a
ahead.
Vin similar person in Love and Producer. But funnily enough,
Is it the neuroscientist?
Yes, it's the
Oh!
neuroscientist.
Okay.
But then the thing is, he's like one of my favorite characters in Love and Producer, but I
Really?
hate Finn on Tears of Demons. I don't know how that works.
Wow. I think it's really funny that they have like the mirrors because they have one person assigned. They have a doctor in whatever field. They have a law enforcement person or someone who works in law. Then
The
they have a
rich dude.
businessman. And then they have kind of like the wild
Childhood
card.
friend.
The childhood friend.
No, that's the childhood
Really?
friend. The
Oh, no
childhood
way.
friend. Because Luke is the childhood friend in that, right?
Hero. is the guy.
Gavin. No, Gavin
I'm
is the
looking.
childhood friend in Love and Producer.
Gavin. Oh, I
Okay.
see.
I mean, like,
Oh, I see.
all 4 male characters do have like a prior experience with the main character, which her default name is Yoran, at least in the Chinese and the Korean version. But yeah, they all do have prior experience when they used to be like little children with
Wow.
the thing, because they used to be part of this like experiment.
Hmm.
But the childhood friend there is Gavin or Gavin.
I see.
The childhood friend always loses. No, they're my second favorite in these games.
Same.
They're my second
Same.
favorite.
Because
If not
my
first.
favorite in Tears of Themis is Artem. And then my bias, I had a previous RKNGL radio where we were talking about this. We use the term bias wrecker, as in like K-pop, bias wrecker, would be Luke. Yeah.
Oh, for me, my
Mhm.
number 1's Marius and my number 2 is Luke. But then
Yeah.
my number 1 and my number 2 are usually what's the word? Interchangeable. Yeah, that word. Kind of like how my bias always changes when we're
Right.
talking about K-pop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I don't know. I think the childhood friend characters are always really well written and nice. Mm-hmm.
Okay, fine. I won't say second place if you guys think second place is still a loser. I'll say tied for first place.
Tied for first.
Tied
Tied
for
for
first
first.
place.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Better. So that way you don't lose. They both win.
Yeah, they both win.
There's no losers in this game.
Exactly.
Except Finn. Oh.
I have friends who their bias is Vin, and I ask them, and whenever I ask my friends who really enjoy Vin, and they say he's just kind of scary.
I
think that's
scary,
fun.
but he's a snake. He's a snake.
Because he's a psychologist, and so it's like every other second he's like analyzing things that you say, and I just feel like I couldn't handle that, right?
Is it like he's looking right through you or something?
Like everything you say, he'll like analyze, and that's just too much, in my personal opinion. To each their own, as they say. Oh my goodness! But enough about iPro. Enough about Love and Producer. We have 2 game series that we have on the docket today. That is, I didn't know that Hakuoki was a series. And then there's also the Cybird Ikemen series. Now, I have to know. in these series sort of games, or is there like an order, or like does it depend on the series if it's an order or not? Like, are they standalone? How does that work?
Okay, so for Hakuoki, I'm not too sure, but like there's like 2 main parts to the Hakuoki series, which is the pre-modern like time period basically, and a bit more modern like period. The remainder of the games I'm not too sure about.
Okay.
But they're for Hakuoki, they're basically like prequel and sequels of each other.
Oh.
For Cyber, they're like completely different games. They have
different.
completely different characters, completely different settings, completely different everything.
So for Cybird then, I have to ask, which one is your favorite in the series? Like, give us an example of the different kinds of games they have.
Okay, so they have like a bunch. There's ones that got localized and there's ones that didn't get localized, right? So there's like Ike-sen, or I'll say the full names. Ikemen Sengoku, Ikemen Vampire, Ikemen Prince, Ikemen Revolution, and then there's like the more recent one that got announced, like Ikemen Villain. There's also like older ones that that basically don't exist anywhere, which is like Ikemen Idol, but like but I think the older one is my favorite.
Which
the
is
older one, Ikemen Sengoku.
Wow, you seem to really like this, feudal, like historical fantasy sort of, story theme. Do you wanna share why that's very interesting for you?
I blame Inuyasha.
You're so valid for that. You're so valid for that. Oh my god.
Inuyasha. This is all because Inuyasha was the first like anime I was like hardcore obsessed with ever was probably Inuyasha, and that's probably why. That's probably why I'm like I prefer those kind of things.
Now, here's a very psychological question that will open the door into Airi's mind. Were you more of an Inuyasha person, or were you more of a Sesshomaru person?
Koga!
I was about to say, I was a Koga, because you won't. Forget MBTI. I want to know if you're an Inuyasha, a Sesshomaru, or a Koga person. You are so valid for that. I for one, am an Inuyasha person.
Koga is such a dork. I love him.
But
Seishomaru is nice too. He's visually pleasing to look at, but then the issue is like his temper is like what the fudge? Seishomaru, get your stuff together. Get your stuff together.
Gosh.
So I mean, at least Koga's willing to do everything like for like the guy he for the girl he likes, right? But Inuyasha is so, for the longest time, Inuyasha, oh my gosh, he was so like stuck on his freaking ex that also killed him. Like, wow, why are you so like obsessed over your ex who literally shot a bolt through you and like put you to sleep for like the longest time? What the fudge? Are you an M?
The
Inuyasha, are you an M? Do you like something like that? Like, what the heck?
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, Miroku's
So
really
what about
good
Miroku?
too.
I think we were just talking
Miroku's
about
good
the demon, the demons and the half demons.
And Miroku's nice too, kind of perverted, but when he's not being perverted, he might actually be like one of the best male characters.
Yeah, at first
the
I was like,
series.
oh, Miroku, why did you do that? But when he starts more seriously, committing to Songo
Yeah.
and their relationship, my mindset just completely changed.
When
Oh my
when he's not
Mhm.
hand holding with like random pretty girls that's on the
Mhm.
street, or
Mm.
like trying to touch the butts of like
Oh,
Sango
no!
and stuff like that. Yeah, Miroku's best
Mhm.
guy. Miroku's 100% best guy.
Yeah, some of my favorite moments in Inuyasha were the moments between Moroku and Songo. A little bit of a
Yes,
spoiler alert.
they
the-
were one of the best
Mhm.
ships.
Go ahead.
They were one of the best ships.
Absolutely. Spoiler alert, but one of my favorite moments was, I think it was something along the lines, Moroku was like, when this is all over, you know, like, marry me, or like, you know, let's have kids or something. And I was like, I'm crying! That's so beautiful! Oh my gosh. Is it a spoiler anymore? That's true. It has been a while. Oh my gosh.
See, he knows how to be a man.
Yeah, he had a little bit of an arc. He had to get there, but at the end of the day, he, you know, changed and, you know, and they did have kids. Have you seen the final act?
I have not. I've seen like a
Gosh.
few clips of it, but that I haven't gotten to
Mhm.
see Yashahime. But okay, but the
Mm.
thing with Miroku being perverted, there
Mm.
actually is a backstory to that. So
Would you
I
like to explain,
mean-
Professor, to the class?
Would it be spoiler though?
We're gonna spoiler tag. If you don't want to be spoiled, mute for like a minute. Go.
Okay, so Miroku has the wind tunnel, right?
Right. Mhm.
So he knew the wind tunnel was gonna like
I'm gonna
consume
cry.
him, right? Wind tunnel. Because he knew the wind tunnel would slowly consume him and he would probably die when he's young. He was like,
Mm.
I need to make offsprings basically. I need to make babies early on so
Aw,
I can continue my
Moroku!
family line. And that's why he's always
gonna
like
cry.
aggressively pursuing like females because he
Mm.
wants to continue his family line. He doesn't want his family line to end there. But because they defeated Naraku and got rid of the wind tunnel, now he doesn't have to worry about that, right? Because he doesn't.
Yeah.
The wind tunnel's not gonna kill him anymore.
Oh my
So now it's like,
gosh.
okay, I can settle down now. Sago, you're my one and only. Please marry me. Let's have baby. Let's continue our family line, etc. etc.
Oh my gosh. But this is gonna turn into a romance anime conversation now. Now that we've unlocked, we unlocked another layer. You just had chapter 1 and now we've unlocked chapter 2 backstory. The history behind why, you know, you're a huge fan of like
Tangents.
the Sengoku theme is because of Inuyasha. Now I have to know, what for you, because there's been this trend on Twitter, right, where it's like, retweet this post with an anime moment that changed your life, or with a game-changing like
Aw.
anime moment. And for the past week, I've been seeing people retweet some of my favorite moments from like shoujo romance anime. And I just have to know, are there any other game-changing romance anime for you?
Game-changing romance anime.
Or moments
Oh,
even.
This is so hard.
Well, while
This is
you're
so
thinking,
hard.
the one that I saw earlier this week was a clip from Snow White with the red hair. Have you seen that one?
Oh yeah, wait, that's. Oh, wait.
Mm, mm.
Oh, I was thinking like all super old series,
Go,
so I was
go.
like, wait, but that's
Yeah.
not even that old. No, when you mentioned the
Oh.
Snow White with the red hair, I was like, wait, but that series is not even old. And then
It's
I
still
realized,
ongoing,
oh,
yeah.
Uh,
Isn't that
Yeah.
crazy?
oh my gosh, life-changing moment. I mean, do you have one?
Oh my gosh, I wouldn't say life changing, but I guess it, you know, big moments. Somebody retweeted like this moment in Snow White with the red hair, like changed something within me, and it was a scene where it was not like a confession scene, but it was a really, oh my gosh, I found it. Scrap everything I was about to say. My game-changing romance moment was, it was a little bit of a spoiler, sorry. In Snow White with the red hair, it was the confession scene. And everything about this moment, just the music, the blocking of the scene, the voice acting, I was sobbing. And he essentially, you know, confesses to, or no, sorry, Shirayuki confesses first. And she's crying because, you know, I really want to support you, and like I've never really felt this way before, and like because it's like he's royalty, she's not situation, and it's a really tough situation, and she's like, I don't want to like be a burden to you, I don't know what to do with these feelings, and she starts crying, and he sees that, and he starts crying, and he's like, I can't promise you. Well, it's like, I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but I can promise you that, like, I will always be on your side. I will root for you. And there is this just beautiful, like, violin solo that came in when he started crying. And I started crying. And he, like, got down on one knee and was like, I promise you, like, because they have to navigate all these, like, royal, shenanigans. So obviously he can't just be like, I'll marry you. Let's run away. But he was like, I will do whatever I can to, make that a reality. And that's it. That's it. Spoiler over.
For me, now that I think about it, I don't think oh my gosh moments were from romance ones. I think most of them were from action. Shonen ones.
Yeah. Go ahead.
This was also spoiler.
Go. I also got what
this. Okay.
Go ahead.
This is gonna be One Piece spoiler, guys.
Okay, One Piece spoiler. You don't want a One Piece spoiler?
This is gonna be a One Piece spoiler. So
you have 1 minute.
If you got a 1 minute, okay. So I think I wouldn't say it's life changing, but like the oh my gosh moment in animes for me, it's not like something like, oh, it's so romantic, or it's like, oh, blah blah blah. It's when do you know One Piece?
No, I've only seen like 10 episodes.
There's this character named Ace.
Okay.
He's Ace. Ace is the older brother of Luffy.
Okay.
And
he's a brother?
There was this entire arc, cause Luffy, Ace got put into jail. Ace got put into jail, so Luffy basically went to go save him, right? But he wasn't able to save Ace on time, so Luffy followed him all the way to like the execution area where his brother is gonna get executed, right?
Stop.
And then they declared the pirates declared this entire war against the Marines in order to save Ace, right? And they were they were so close. They were like they were almost on aboard the ship, right? They almost escaped.
No. Oh my gosh.
But they're the very Akainu, the beep, the most beep person of One Piece.
Okay.
He tried to kill Luffy, I guess.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Of course, Ace being the older brother doesn't want his younger brother to die, right? So
no, stop.
He
no,
took the hit, and there was a huge hole because Akainu puts the entire hole through his chest.
No. Stop.
And then he died right in front of Luffy, and he just died in his hands. And I'm like, oh no, he tried so hard.
Because
there was sad. There was 2 entire arcs based just for this, just in order to save him. There was the prison arc, and then there was the Marineford War arc. And after all that, are you freaking kidding me? You guys are just gonna kill him off? Are you being real right now? Cause like every single character, so many of the characters showed up just for these 2 arcs. That's how big it was. I feel okay. People can argue with me on this. You guys can argue with me on this. But those 2 arcs were probably the 2 best arcs of One Piece for me. As sad and depressing as it was one of the best arcs that One Piece ever produced, in my opinion.
Wow.
But yeah, that was definitely life changer. I was like, I thought One Piece didn't kill main characters off. What is this BS?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Did you like, were you like sobbing afterwards? Sometimes if I watch an anime and it's just so devastating, I have to like turn the episode off and turn my computer off and just go cry.
I was traumatized because I'm one of those people, like, whether it's like, I don't know if you know the series, The One Leader of Tears. It's a movie slash drama series. Whether it's something like that or like K-drama series, a few K-drama series I used to watch. If it's, or Anohana, for example, if it's sad, I'm just gonna like get a bucket of ice cream and a huge stack of napkins or tissues, and I'm just gonna like sob while eating ice cream
You're so valid.
and like wiping my tears away while like just sitting in front of the computer screen.
Everyone has their own way of making it through the episode. And sometimes that's turning the episode off for a moment, going to cry. I have to like process my feelings and my thoughts. I remember I finished Banana Fish and I turned the episode off. I went to go cry by myself for half an hour. Then I proceeded to call a bunch of my friends and I gave them my thesis on like why like this character study is so Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, there's sad stuff where oh my gosh, you just gotta let the tears flow sometimes. If you hold it back in.
It's like cathartic, right? Like you just gotta have a good cry sometimes. Oh my goodness.
If you ever wanna have a good cry, I recommend 1 liter of tears.
I recommend To Your
cried
Eternity.
every episode.
You're so valid.
Literally every episode.
Okay, wait, let me write it down. What is it called?
1 liter of tears. And you know why it's even more sad?
Wait, one liter or a liter? Like the measuring unit?
The measuring unit.
Okay.
and you know why it's even sadder though?
Cool. Go. What's sadder?
It's based on a true story.
No, it is not. It is not
based on a true story.
It
is.
no.
It is.
No, it is not.
It's really depressing. It's okay. This is basically a synopsis. It's not really a spoiler, but it's basically about a girl who has this like special disease where her like muscles like degenerate over time. And it's basically about how she tries to live her life to the best.
Oh wow.
The movie doesn't have romance, which is true. The girl did not have like romantic relationships. Or she might have had crushes or two, but the romance isn't focused in the movie. But there's the drama series because it's two completely different things.
Oh,
the drama series is it focuses on the romance. But they're both equally super good and super sad. It just depends on do you want them to like ignore the romance and go for the story in like a much more condensed amount of time?
Right.
Or do you want to see the romance included while they go like in-depth detail about basically what happened to her?
So something for everyone.
Her entire family suffered because of like how like
oh my god.
Yeah.
I
like,
love
she had 2 younger siblings and then she had 2 parents. And it's not like their family's rich or any either. So it was really depressing because the siblings also had to sacrifice a lot in for their older sister. And then like a lot of friends abandoned her, including the person including the senpai that she used to have a crush on.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's if you want a good cry, it's definitely.
Now I have to check it out. I just really appreciate it when stories really dive into the multifacetedness of these sorts of situations because I feel like sometimes anime will be shocking just for the shock value. Like I remember one time I saw this show. It was like a horror show or something like that. It had to do with this like divine game or something. And there was a lot of really
show?
Yeah, I think it was called King's Game. So basically the plot of the anime is like they end up being in this game and they receive a number and some divine being goes like number 2 has to prank number 1. And it gets more and more intense.
Is it Liar Game?
No, it's a different one. It's called King's Game, but I didn't really like it because the premise seemed interesting, but they would throw in all of these like very traumatizing moments, but never talk about how those moments not just affected the person and how they feel and how they perceive the world, but they also never talked about how it affected the people around them. They would throw it in for shock value, and then the next episode it was like nothing happened. And I don't know. I guess I enjoy more like character driven like stories where you get to understand how I don't know, like how people influence each other and how their behaviors like affect, their thoughts and their feelings and behaviors down the line.
You would be a great fan fiction.
Really?
Would you like to join me in writing fan fictions?
Sure. Sure. What do you have in mind? What stories do you have in mind? I'll be your. What is
We
it called?
can
Beta
say
reader?
that in private.
Okay. I'll proofread your stuff. How's that sound?
We'll see.
Okay.
But yeah, the Kingscape thing that you spoke about kind of sounds like what is that one like movie that just like exploded in Japan? I think it's called King's Battle Royale or something.
I haven't heard. Does anyone know? Chat?
It's like
Does anyone know?
Battle Royale. I think that it's called Battle
Like the old
Royale.
movie Battle Royale. I've seen it.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Kingscape kind of sounds like that's what it is based off.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Something like that, where it's like, they have challenges and they have to, because it's like you have to go through with these like missions or whatever, or else I think like everyone dies or something. I don't remember how it goes, but yeah, very similar that they had like challenges and they were put up against each other.
I think Battle Royale didn't have challenges. It
was just like be the last one standing.
wins. It was basically last one standing wins in term for that one.
Oh, but they were the first to codify. Is it codify or codify the genre? That makes sense. Just like the killing spree genre. My goodness. But anything else about Hakuoki or Cybird? Yeah, A genre.
Cybird. Okay, so Cybird is the reason I found out Kujis exist. You know what a Kuji is, right?
No, I don't actually.
Okay, so for Tears of Divas or like Love and Producer, you have like digital virtual cards, right?
Oh, okay.
Like SSRs, URs,
Oh,
and whatnot that you collect.
Yes.
For Cybird, they also have those, but they also have IRL limited time merchants in the form of Kuji. Kuji is like a IRL gacha, but you don't need to like.
Okay, I know what you're talking about now.
It's not like a literal like the capsule gacha thing.
Right.
It's like a digital loot box. You open it ahead of time because they didn't make the products yet or the merchants yet. And then when you click the temple, like it just reveals what you will get basically. So I also did Kujis.
Okay.
I also did Kujis for Cybird. I probably have $1,000 merch in my house right now. Gonna lie,
but I'm sure you don't.
I spent more on Genshin. More on Genshin. It's nothing.
There are worse.
Nothing.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. That's so exciting.
Cybird, that is also huge. Like unlike Tears of Demons and Love and Producer, Cybird also like has like comes up in handheld console games.
Oh,
kind of like Hakuoki. So for example, some of the games will be on PS Vita and some of the games will be on Switch. So you don't technically need to buy all the routes if you just buy the game, but alas, there's no localization full of it. And yes, I do have a closet full of merch boxes. I also have drawers under my bed, which are also off merches, but they're all Otome merches.
Honestly, you're so real for that.
I simp very hard. I sorry.
No, nothing to apologize for. Oh my gosh.
And then Mama Chisaka always sees me buy all these merches like for
you should get her into Otome games. And then you can both enjoy it together.
I got Aunt Chisaka into it. Aunt Chisaka saw one of my Otome game characters and she was like, oh, I like him. And Hero from Love and Producer. And she always steals my Kiro merch. She always steals my Kiro merch because I bought a fan-made Kiro plushie as well.
Oh wow.
She kidnapped him for the longest time. Oh my god.
No. Kidnapped.
But yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But whenever Mama Chisaka like sees that, she's like, oh my gosh, you're not supposed to encourage her. You're supposed to decourage her.
Decourage? Oh my gosh.
And then she's also like, Airi, why are you going for? Aren't you too old for this? Why are you like watching like these 2D guy characters? And I'm like, hey, stop it! I was like, please. And she's like, see, this is why you don't have a boyfriend. And I'm like, no.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine those Tears of Divas
touching grass?
my
I'm
gosh.
sorry, I can't help it. Otome games are my life.
Oh my goodness.
She
I
burned me
remember
so hard.
I remember one time I went to dinner with one of my friends who also plays Tears of Themis, and we were chatting, and we were just chatting, waiting for our food to come out, and we both go at the same time. Like, we forgot to do we haven't done our Tears of Themis dailies yet, and so at the same time we take our phones out and we're like, we're just gonna do our dailies together while we wait for our food. It can be a bonding experience,
It's
you know.
like me. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, it can be a bonding experience. See, we were out touching grass, getting food at a restaurant, chatting, being social, but you can bring in your favorite, games in as well. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
one of my best friend, my best friend and I do. Whenever we go outside, we're like, oh wait, hold on, let me do my dailies. Whenever we're just out eating, we're like, how have you been? Oh, you've been doing fine. Okay. Wait, give me a second. I don't think I did my dailies, and I think reset is happening.
Right, it's such a fun vehicle of like conversation with friends, because you know how we do the divide and conquer when it comes to the SSR cards. So usually how it goes is I handled the Artem cards. My other friend handles getting the Marius SSRs, and then we have two other friends who also handle getting the Vin and the Luke cards. And whenever we get the SSR cards and we get to experience the story, we always give each other like a rundown of the story. We do like voice memo, like I guess essays on it, and or like sometimes we'll go, can I FaceTime you and tell you about the story?
We didn't do that for we didn't do, my friend and I didn't really do that for Love and Producer and Tears of Demons, because like in our case we always got every single card. But for Case of Cyber, there was like too much like routes and too much event stories. So we divided and conquered for that. We were like, okay, you buy that story, I'm gonna buy this story. Okay, go. And then we would go over to each other's houses in order to like read the stories, basically.
No, exactly. Like, it's such a fun like get together thing. Like I remember one time I was hanging out with friends, and we were just hanging out, and we would like pass our phones to each other. Like, here you go, here's the story. And we would all just be in a circle eating snacks, and we'd be like reacting like, oh my gosh, no way. Oh my goodness, so fun. But
Ultimate games are business.
Oh, Otome games are absolutely business, and we've spent the past hour or so, believe it or not, just talking about Otome games. I didn't even realize time passes so much when you're having fun talking about Otome games. But anything about Tears of Themis before we hop into our last 3 apps on your screen time? Go ahead.
Please, Hoyoverse, please make a Genshin Impact version of Tears of Demons, so I can finally like collect cards and whatnot of Talent Ajax Tartaglia, my one and only.
Oh my gosh, I feel like people people who aren't into Otome games don't realize how dark they can get. Because when it comes to Otome
super
games,
dark and edgy.
Right, I've only ever really gotten into Tears of Themis. This is like the only Otome game series that I've like really gotten into, but they're really dark. I just finished. I don't want to spoil. So I just finished the Thrall arc with the nightclub. Do you know that one? Yes, I just finished that. And oh my gosh, it was so as an Artem appreciator, I was in my kitchen because I was my roommate was cooking their dinner, and I was eating my dinner because I'd already cooked it, and I was reading the story and I go, oh my gosh, bestie, I can't take this anymore. And so I just had to read, because my friend doesn't know anything about Tears of Themis, but I was just going off like reading the dialogue and screaming, and these stories can be really dark.
I mean, what I noticed for Otome games, like the Chinese and the Japanese Otome games, they tend to get like pretty dark. Like the Chinese ones being Tears of Demons and Love and Producer, they get really dark. There's like people dying left and right all the time. Yeah. And then like people like, oh, I'm gonna leave so that I can protect you better and whatnot. Like there's edgy stuff going on all over the place for the Chinese ones. And for the Japanese ones, like the Cyber and the Hakuoki ones, there is also people dying left and right. It's like, I'm sorry that I had to leave I had to leave you before
Oh.
before like whatever, and
Wow.
it's also edgy stuff there. And then there's
Oh.
Korean Otome.
Wait, stop. Is
Korean
Mystic
Otomes are
Messenger a
not
Korean
that.
Otome game?
Yes,
I
Korean Otomes are not that dark.
Okay, but the thing is though, I've never played Mystic Messenger, but I keep seeing like TikToks of, and I used to have friends who played Mystic Messenger. The stranglehold that Mystic Messenger had on people was so intense. I don't know much about the story. And go ahead. You seem you have something to say about Mystic Messenger. Go ahead.
Okay, I didn't stay in for Mystic Messenger
Okay.
all that long because
Okay, okay.
I think I only stayed in it for like the first 3 weeks or
Mhm.
so.
Mm.
But Mystic Messenger is one of those Otome games. It's a type of Otome game that Korea does really well.
Oh, okay.
AKA your guy, your man is gonna be text messaging you at like 2 freaking a.m. And if you don't read it, or if you don't pick up the phone when he messages or calls you at 2 freaking a.m.
Oh my
at
God.
midnight, he's gonna get mad and you're not gonna get the perfect ending.
Yeah.
And if you want to unlock that again, you're gonna need to throw money at it in order to unlock it again. Yes, 2
Yes,
a.m.
2
in real time.
No joke.
They're
Actually.
gonna randomly message you and call you throughout random times of the day, whether it's 2 a.m., 5 a.m., 7 p.m. And if you don't unlock every single thing, you can't get the perfect ending. You can't get the best ending. So it's like, oh no, I missed it. What do I do? Oh, you missed it. Okay,
You have
then
to fully commit.
here's an option. You can buy IRL currency, throw IRL currency in order to re-unlock this, so that you may be able to unlock the perfect ending still. But you don't want to do that. Oh, you don't want to wait because you don't know when it's gonna come out. You say, okay, we'll give you this other option where you throw even more money in order to unlock everything, regardless of the time ahead of time. But the joke is, it's only for today. If you want to unlock tomorrow, then you need to pay this much more.
Oh my god.
That's basically the Korean Otome game.
I
That's basically the Korean Otome game.
like I could applaud the immersiveness of it, but there's no way I could reasonably, at least me personally, right? Wake up at 2 in the morning. I've seen TikToks of people being like, throwback to when I had to make up an excuse to my exam proctor so I can go to the bathroom and answer a text from my Mystic Messenger.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
That's why
Oh my
after 3
gosh.
weeks, I'm like, no. Oh my god, I'm gonna get. What
It's
is
like,
this
be real.
needy Otome game? What is this needy but Otome game? Like, sure, I get notification from the other Otome games,
Right.
but they're not like, hi, blah 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 is calling
Right.
you at 3 freaking
Right.
a.m.
It's like it's as needed,
and-
right?
yeah. Yeah! And then the thing is, a lot of people did do it. A lot of people did wake up at like 3 a.m. in order to pick up their call or text message from like 707, for example.
I think to some degree, I think it'd be kind of funny. Like maybe on a weekend, like if you want to commit to it, like it'd be a fun way to like immerse yourself. Like, oh my gosh, I have an urgent text about this mission or whatever. Oh my gosh. But I feel like to the point where, you know, you have to sacrifice your quality of life in it on a day-to-day basis, or you have to pay. I don't know. I don't think I could commit to that.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of
Yeah.
people already do that for like other mobile games, like
true, true,
Grand
true.
Blue Fantasy, Guild Wars, for example. A lot of the games with like Guild Wars, that's like time-based and time-sensitive. Like
okay.
Grand Blue Fantasy.
Oh,
I think there was a game called Age of Ishtaria or something like that, where it's
okay.
like set times you play the Guild Wars. Basically, people are already like sacrificing their sleepover games, but now there's like this entirely new audience. There's these what's the term for it? What do they call those like female fans that's like going ham into Otome games? Is Fujo the term?
I'm not sure, actually.
Fujoshi.
I'm not really like a huge Otome gamer. I've only played Tears of Themis.
But like yeah, they now they have this entire new audience to like milk the money out of.
Oh wow.
Oh,
my
it's like fresh meat. They usually don't play video games, but they're playing this. So that means this is an entirely new pool of people to earn money from.
Oh.
They know.
Oh.
So
Oh my gosh.
that
Mm.
really helped though, doing like random 3 a.m. calls. It's really immersive, so it also helped
Right,
in getting
right.
more fangirls too.
I feel like it'd be super fun if I could turn it off and on, right? Like if, like maybe for the weekend, sure. I think it'd be fun. But, not require a 3 a.m. phone call to get the ending that you want. Oh my gosh. How fun. How interesting is that? Oh my goodness. The world of Otome games is very, fun. This was only our introduction class. This was our Otome Games 101 with Professor Chisaka and TA Kamishiro. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Somebody says my phone is pretty dry, so I might welcome that immersiveness. You never get calls at 2 in the morning, right? Like it might be interesting.
Do you get calls in general?
Oh. Yes.
I only got work call.
I'll call you.
I only got
I'll
calls
call
for-
you.
Oh, okay.
You'll get a 2 a.m. And if you don't answer, you lose the story. We should. I'll message you at 2 in the morning, and I'll give you like a mission, and then you have to respond within a
Oh, the
certain.
mission. Oh no! What are you planning? What are you planning on
Oh
doing?
my god!
But yeah,
Oh my
Otome
gosh.
goes really deep.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Now I'm curious. I wonder then. You've showed us 3 music game apps here.
Hmm.
I wonder, do they go as hard in terms of story as well, or tell us about the
Okay.
3 that you have here. How are they different?
Also, literally has no no plot at all. It's
Mhm.
like a fan-made music game, basically, if you think about it.
Mhm.
Like the fans are the one who makes the maps and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you might have heard of it, but do you know Neuro-sama?
No.
She's been
I've
pretty big
only-
recently. The AI VTuber.
Oh no! But go ahead.
The
Go ahead.
Neuro-sama. Neuro-sama, I think, came out because of like Osu streams as well, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
But I know Neuro-sama also plays Osu. Osu is like there's like several music game modes in Osu. There's a regular Osu mode where it's like click the
Oh.
circle, and it's really hard. You're either like a keyboard plus mouse player, or
Mhm.
I guess you can be a pure mouse player,
Mm.
or you can be a tablet.
Okay.
But that's the normal mode. And then there's like I don't know if you know games like O2 Jam. It's like
Mm,
the more piano like games where you just
Yeah.
like click
Yeah.
click. There's that kind of games in
Mm.
Osu as well. And do you know Taiko?
Yes.
There's a Taiko mode
Yes.
in Osu as well.
Oh my
There's a
gosh.
Taiko mode in Osu as well.
Oh my goodness! I've seen people get specialized like 2-key keyboards just for Osu. Like they have the
with the Z and the X.
Mm-hmm.
The ZX macro keyboard.
That's so cool. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I really like playing the Osu Mania version, which
Okay.
is like the piano like one, kind of like O2 Jam.
And
I really like the 4K version, but
Oh my
I can play the other
gosh.
modes, but I prefer the 4K, which is like the 4-key version, which is
Oh.
usually D F J K in order to do everything. And then there's also the for the regular Osu mode, I use a mouse and the two keys to play rather than tablet. You can also play Osu on the cell phone actually, but I don't recommend it. It ruins the experience
Now, do you
because it's
prefer
touch screen.
do you prefer Osu on PC, mobile, arcade cabinet? What is your best preferred way of playing rhythm games?
Well, for Osu, I prefer playing it on PC because it kind of ruins it on the mobile. Because I mean, doing it using the mouse or tablet and doing it on the phone where you just like touch screen it with your fingers, which is like literally easy mode. Literally easy mode. Yeah, no, I prefer playing Osu on the PC. I'm not good at it, but
Now, question: how about the other games? Are they specifically mobile only, or how does it work?
they're specifically mobile only.
Okay.
Project Sekai and Demo are mobile only. Oh, actually, no, Demo got released for the Nintendo Switch or PS Vita, I believe.
Now, I've never heard of Demo. What is Demo about?
Demo also has I say Demo has a storyline, but it's not like, oh my gosh, it's like Otome or like anime or manga or K-drama or whatever kind of storyline mode. It's just like a short one.
Okay.
I could technically spoil it.
Oh.
because it's hard to tell that there's a storyline because
Okay.
there's barely no words. It's just like pictures that show up after you grow the tree a certain amount, like because the tree grows every time you play a game, basically. And after you hit like certain lengths of this tree or like play however many songs, like it just keeps showing the next part and the next part and the next part. But yeah, there's no text. It's all like illustrations in order to show what the story is.
Oh, so you kind of have to interpret it. That's super cool.
But it's really sad because like for example, it's sad in a way like one of the songs in Osu is called 9.48, and you know why?
Why?
It's a song about jump.
Oh,
because gravity.
Yeah, meters per second. Oh my gosh.
So it's literally a song about suicide, but nobody knew. Nobody knew because the song sounds super happy. It's like fun, way, fun, fun. It's like that kind of happy. So it's like nobody thought to like look up at the lyrics. They just like, oh, it's a really cute and nice song. But then when you actually look at the lyrics and like think about why the song is called 9.48, it's like, oh wait, that's super dark. What the heck?
And do these songs have like lyrics or like?
Oh, they do have lyrics. Some of my favorite songs from Demo are actually from MTU. I don't know if you know MTU. MTU did a lot of songs with Guriri for this song, like Magnolia and stuff like that. But yeah, there's a lot of good songs on Demo. Not all of them are gonna have lyrics. Some do have lyrics, but some don't have lyrics. Do you know Sidus?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Sidus? That's also a mobile music game.
No, I haven't.
There's some songs. Demo has a lot of collaborations. Demo also has a lot of collaboration songs. Which means I don't remember. I think Demo and Sidus are by the same people, maybe.
Okay.
But yeah, Demo had like a collaboration where they had Sidus songs and like whatnot. I mean, like Saika. Saika was in both Sidus and Demo. Yeah. I forget what other collabs there were. There were.
Cool. I'm gonna have to check out Demo. I've
it's
played
really
like
nice.
rhythm games. I think the only music game I've ever really gotten into was the Utono Prince Sama game. And they recently closed!
That was so sad! My love! No, come back to me!
Wait, who's your bias in Utono Prince Sama? My god!
He's not from the main group, but I really like.
No, my favorite in Quartet Night is the percussionist guy.
Which
the
one was
maracas
that
guy, the brown haired guy. He's my favorite.
Wait, I don't remember his name.
And then my favorite in Stars is Itoki.
Itoki is so
Itoki
cute.
Otoya.
I like Renmei.
Yeah! Oh my gosh, you're so valid. Oh my goodness.
But yeah, Uta pretty close to
I know. I used to be so into that game because I love the music. The music was my favorite part of it.
Oh my god, some of the music were such. But well, End Stars finally came out in English, so I guess a lot of people migrated to stuff like End Stars instead, and Utapuri started dying. It's okay. That company still has Love Live. They're not gonna die as well. Actually, no, Love Live has been dying a lot recently.
Gosh, I just want the Utono Prince Sama app back. Oh my goodness. But we do have one more app here on your little screen here, and I just have to know, as a fellow fan of OG Vocaloid, like original, like old Vocaloid music, I'm curious, how has the Vocaloid fandom, in your opinion, how has the Vocaloid fandom changed with the introduction of Project Sekai?
I'm not gonna lie, but I feel like the heydays, the golden days of Vocaloid died along with Nico Nico Doga. Like, I'm not saying it like completely died out, but it definitely like slowed down a lot.
Mhm.
Like a lot. Like
Mm.
other things started picking up instead.
Mm.
Um, as like Nico Nico kind of lost popularity.
Mhm.
Vocaloid, I feel, kind of lost popularity as
Mhm.
well. Like if you think about like OG Vocaloid days, you have like Magnet, World is
Mhm.
Mine.
Right. Right.
You have Sam Free songs, and
Mhm.
along with that, you're gonna have like the famous Nico Nico Doga videos and
Yeah.
concerts where like all the utaitas got
Mm.
together, like Ask, Clear,
Mhm.
Guriri,
Mm.
Otamin, and whatnot. They would all get together and do concerts. Those are like the
Yeah,
heydays of
yeah.
Vocaloid, where everything was focused on Vocaloid covers, making
Right.
Vocaloid MADs and stuff like
Oh
that.
my gosh.
But
Mm.
I feel like it died down after like a while, maybe
Mm.
like in 2012, 2013.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
not sure. Maybe it
Mhm.
started dying earlier,
History
but it
lesson.
started dying. And it just kept dying.
Mhm.
Like less and less people would talk about it. Like it was
Right.
still there. It was
right,
still
right.
it was still somewhat popular. It
Mhm.
existed, but it wasn't as big as back then. And then they decided to come up with like new video games. Like there's Project Diva, which
Right.
came out.
Right.
But it did well, but I feel like it didn't really,
Mhm.
what's the word? It didn't revive
Sure.
the love for
Right.
Vocaloid as
Right.
much.
It's kind of like
But
the
then-
pre-existing fan base got more, more content. Right. There wasn't like an expansion to the fan base.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they tried hard. They released the Vocaloid music games on in arcades, like
Mhm.
Japanese arcades.
Mhm.
They
Mhm.
released it on like cell phones. They
Mhm.
released it on like the PCs. They tried whatever they wanted in
Mhm.
order to like hype it up a bit
Right,
more so
right.
that they could like return to like the old days. But
Mm.
it worked to a certain point. I feel it worked to a certain point, but it didn't get to the level that they were aiming for.
Mhm.
And
Right.
then
Mhm.
Project Sekai came along. I feel.
Wow. Mhm.
Yeah, basically the core fan base got new stuff rather than growing a new
Right.
audience.
Right.
Mm-mm.
And then
Um,
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, in addition to the pre-existing fan base getting, more content and, reviving their love for Vocaloid, if it had, died down a little bit, you also have this whole new slew of people who are getting into Vocaloid because of Project Sekai. And I feel like we didn't
Exactly.
have that when Project Diva, was introduced. It was a lot of the old fans, but Project Sekai was an avenue, a vehicle for new folks to get into Vocaloid, which created this interesting, phenomenon where you have a group of people, and not saying one way or the other is bad, but it's just very interesting to see folks say, "Oh, Hatsune Miku, the girl from Project Sekai," rather than Hatsune
The
Miku was a
Vocaloid.
standalone Vocaloid, right? They
Yeah.
older Vocaloid fans think of like, oh yeah, Hatsune Miku's a Vocaloid, she's her own thing. Whereas some of the newer folks who got into Vocaloid in the past year or so think of, oh, she's just one of the characters in Project Sekai, which is very
Project
fascinating. Mhm.
Sekai did several things right in order to like revive like the older like Vocaloid scene. I
Right.
feel
Mhm.
like one of the things they did is they implemented a gacha system. Like a
know,
lot of
they
people
know.
hate gacha,
Oh my
but
gosh.
you have to understand,
Mhm.
gacha games do well for a reason.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that was very. Gacha games also means there's gonna be a lot of pretty art usually. That's what gacha means. So that like kind of like brought in fans, and then they started putting in like cover song
Mm.
like
Yeah, yes.
沈むように溶けて
yeah.
ゆくように like so that brought in song the
Right.
fans of
You're
like
so
that
right.
artist
Right.
or like that anime, so they brought
Mm.
even more new audiences in. And then Project Sekai also had the fact that it's mobile and it's easier to use, and you don't it's not really pay to play unless you play the events or want the certain cards. So that brought in more fans because they have like a mobile rhythm game at for their ease to play whenever they want without like wasting energy. Because there's a mode where you can continuously play without needing to waste energy in Project Sekai. So
okay.
you don't just spend all your energy and
Yeah,
then you
yeah.
can't play anymore. You can continue to play just without the energy, so you won't get as much EXP.
I see.
And then another thing they did, right,
Mhm.
was they brought back old songs.
Right.
They didn't just keep the newer
Mhm.
songs. They brought like the legend songs, like for example, they didn't just put phony or
Yeah.
adult songs. They
Right.
put in like World is Mine
Right.
Sekai. They
Mhm.
brought Mel na 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 na.
Right.
Black Rock Shooter. They brought
Mhm.
Black Rock Shooter back. And while they were doing that, they had commission songs, which brought even more new fans in, because the
Right.
commission songs are the songs for like the original groups themselves. So now they have like a new influx of songs on top of like
Yeah.
the popular songs and like the OG songs, so that
Yeah.
gave even more audience. And then
This is
another
so
thing
great.
they did right, I
Keep going.
feel, is that another thing I feel they did well is that they added a story, like Project
Right.
Sekai and stuff like
Yes.
that has like individual stories, whether it's like event stories or like the stories of the group.
Mhm.
Project Diva, those don't have stories. It's just like a pure
Right, it's just-
music rhythm
yeah.
game. So
Oh my
there are
gosh.
people who really play games for their stories, right?
Yeah.
There's
Airi is
some people
cooking
that
right
do
now.
that.
I feel like I wasn't kidding when I said this was this is like case study into Project Sekai. It's such an interesting question, right? It's such an interesting, I think Project Sekai has been a great platform for, fans of the original Vocaloid and also newer fans to appreciate. Yeah.
And as they brought in like those newer
Mm.
fans, some of the newer fans and the older fans, like they're talented. They
Mhm.
know how to use their MMDs.
right,
They know how
right.
to draw and create MADs. And
Mhm.
because of that, those popular creators started like whipping out like fan content for Project Sekai, whether it's
Mhm.
like, I don't know, like even Hololive did it. Cinema, that's a
Mhm.
Project Sekai song.
Yeah.
And then because their fan creators are releasing all these like
Mhm.
Project Sekai stuff like out into like the public,
Mhm.
more the fans of their fan
Yeah.
are like coming in because they're like getting interested, and it's just like
Yeah.
it's spreading and spreading and spreading. So now you have
Yeah.
like OG fans from like the OG songs. You have rhythm game fans because it's a
Mhm.
rhythm game. They
Mhm.
have like songs of artists like the Yoasobi and stuff coming in because they want to do that. There's like story fans that just want to read the story, and then there's like fans of like Hololive and like
Oh.
even Niji Sanji, because Niji Sanji has been playing it a lot because of the
Yeah.
tournament as well. Oh, and they
Mm.
also added the competitive feature
Whoa.
of having ranked games and
Wow.
a Project Sekai World Cup. So the
Mhm.
more competitive ridden people, now there's like a pool for that
Yeah.
as well. And then another
Wow.
thing that they cater to,
Uh-huh. No, go
Another-
on. This is great. Go ahead.
another thing they cater to is collectors as well by implementing the gacha
Right.
service.
Right.
Hmm.
Wow.
So they're just like catering left and right to like audiences here, audiences there,
Yeah.
and everywhere. And
My
because of that,
gosh.
because of that, people will start to know about like Vocaloid and more. It's
Yeah,
still not
yeah.
to the point of the old OG Nico
Right.
Doga days.
It's
where
almost like it's
like
own new
literally
thing.
everywhere.
Right.
Now, okay, like I feel like the good we've been getting a lot of new, better, popular songs. Kind of like the OG days. Like
Yeah.
OG days, like because it was so popular, there were
Right.
producers making songs for Vocaloid left and right.
Right,
But
yeah.
as it died down, not as many producers did that.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons it started dying down. Because like the talented creators stopped touching upon it. Meaning there isn't as much content for them.
Yeah.
Meaning there isn't really much for fans to see, so they're just
Yeah.
gonna go find new stuff to see. But by
Yeah.
Project Sekai, now you have like, oh my gosh, people are using Genshin Impact models to make this MMD for
Yeah.
Project Sekai. Hololive and Niji are covering this song from Project Sekai. And did you guys know Yoasobi's song is in this thing for Project
Right,
Sekai?
right.
So
I
it's
think
just spreading, and now everybody knows about like Vocaloid song, and because they're add on OG Vocaloid songs on top of it, they get to know about the OG Vocaloid songs, and people who are
Exactly.
interested start looking looking it up. So it's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, I just think it's so fascinating because I feel like what Project Sekai does really well that you showed us in the past, gosh, we've been talking about this for a long time. It's just so fascinating hearing you talk about it. But I think what it does really well that you've shown us is that the content that they produce and their marketing strategy is a lot more fit to how fandom is moving nowadays, right? Because you have TikTok, you have like even the meme culture surrounding Vocaloid is different from how it was back then. But I think Project Sekai is very conducive to that, I guess, mode of communication, right? Because you see a lot of like, go ahead.
They have been trying a lot of things that other rhythm games also haven't been attempting to. Which includes they implemented virtual reality concert.
Oh.
They implemented virtual reality concert or augmented reality. I don't know which one it is.
Right, something
But,
like that.
It is something that other rhythm games haven't really done before.
Right.
You can just do this from your phone, so you can enjoy like a quote unquote concert during like the set times that they have aside for those concerts. So that's a new thing that nobody has tried yet. So people might come in because they're interested in that. Yeah, semi VR, and then team game. It's also a team game.
Oh, okay.
Cause you can make a lobby with like four of your friends
I
and
didn't know
then play
that.
together.
We had to. I'm gonna have to download Project Sekai now. We're gonna form a team now.
Cause like before you
Oh
had
my
to play
God.
solo and all you did is just compare like scores manually. But now you can basically they have like a co-op mode in that game. It's more like a versus kind of thing, I would say. But they do have team battles where it's like 5-on-5 and whoever has like the highest like score wins. But that's more for an
Yeah.
event.
I just think it's so much easier to build community. I feel like with Project Sekai because you have content through stories and things like that, and I don't know. It's just I feel like it's harder to make that sort of fandom creating or community bringing together sort of content with games like Project Diva, where it's like hard to, create your own content based off of that, if that makes sense. Because with Project Sekai, you have people talking about the story, but you also have people sharing their MMD videos, whether it's with other Vocaloids or with Genshin characters. So it's just been a very fascinating and interesting, I guess, experience to witness. So I wanted your opinion on it, and I feel so much smarter now. we need to do like a stream where we just write thesis papers about video games and how they've been influenced by society and how in turn they influence society. I feel like I've learned so much. Oh my goodness.
Honestly, Project Sekai is like one of like the biggest examples of how like having a good community matters.
Yes.
Having a community can either make or kill a game.
Absolutely.
Basically.
Word of mouth is such a strong and powerful marketing tool, but it's also such a, confusing and nebulous thing, right? It's so organic, if that makes sense. Oh my gosh. But thank you so much for educating us. Continue.
Like some people, they're gonna need to like promote like themselves by like actually like spending money. But like Project Sekai, they didn't even have to do that. They have fan content creators at their disposal. So that also helps save money. So
exactly. It user generated content, right? Beautiful, Mark. We seriously need to do like Airi and Rita's, video game lecture. And we just talk about, these philosophical questions surrounding. I'm so glad I asked you this question. I knew you would have wonderful insight on this. But Airi, thank you so much for being a part of today's RKNGL Radio. I hope you had lots of fun. I hope you felt like a kid in a candy store, because I certainly did.
I'm sorry you had to deal with my something.
No, not at all. It was just so fun watching your eyes light up and seeing you talk about all of these wonderful things. We are gonna have you for a few more minutes, if that's okay. We can take a few more minutes of your time. we're just gonna go ahead and head back to the main room. We'll read some super chats if we have any. We'll go ahead and if you have any last words and thoughts you want to share with everyone before we wrap up for the day. But for those who are heading out for the day, I hope you have a wonderful rest or a wonderful rest of your day. Let's go ahead and head back to the main room. Oh my gosh, what a day. My chat's been doing this thing. Whenever I switch scenes, it has to like catch up and it has to load all of the comments. So you'll have to give it a moment. Chat's cooking in the back.
Oh my gosh, what's going on? It's
They're
like
cooking. They're cooking. Let them cook.
It's soon.
Oh my gosh. I think that's my favorite recent TikTok, like, slang. I'm on TikTok so often. And go
I
ahead.
never used TikTok before, I think.
It's an interesting experience, I will have to say. I think there's lots of good in TikTok, but there's also some dark moments on TikTok. That's for sure. You kind of
I
have
heard
to...
about the TikTok murderers.
What?
You didn't hear about the
No,
murderers that
no,
from
tell me about it.
TikTok? Oh my gosh.
I'm on a
Rita,
different side
you're
of
missing
TikTok.
critical information.
I'm on a different side of TikTok. I'm
information.
solely on Genshin TikTok, so you're gonna have to enlighten me. Go ahead.
I don't know.
Whoa.
I only know this because I follow like crime like stuff.
Yeah, true crime and stuff. Super fast.
Yeah. There's actually a lot of murders on TikTok, so I don't know which one you want to know.
Oh my gosh. Just in a nutshell, what do you mean by TikTok murderers?
So there's some murderers that basically announce that they killed somebody on TikTok. And
Real?
there's,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and there's some TikTok
Whoa.
murderers that literally like plan out like how they're gonna kill people on TikTok. And there's basically I could go on another
That's
entire rant about
crazy.
crime scene murder stuff too.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's scary. Oh
It's pretty insane.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, my TikTok is solely Genshin Impact. I only get Genshin TikToks. Oh
I
my
don't really
gosh.
have TikTok, so I can't. Really,
Right,
I
so
don't
it's
really
not like
have-
it's not tailored to your... Oh my gosh.
Uh-uh.
That's the first I've heard of that. That's great because
Really?
I've seen like true crime like story summaries on TikTok where people will like spend 3 minutes describing a murder or true crime or a supernatural thing, but I've never. That's scary. Oh my gosh. True
I
crime
usually go for
stream
the
when? Oh my
in-depth
gosh.
one.
Hmm?
I usually go for the in-depth streams where it's like an hour long per case.
Yeah, I put those on sometimes while I work, where it's just like somebody explaining like true crime stuff.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
details, like before, during, and after. The biggest one recently, which is still ongoing, is the Idaho murders. So
Whoa, that's spooky.
where like
Yeah.
4 college students died. 3 females, 1 male. They did catch like a potential suspect, which seems like he actually seems like he's the murderer. Based
Whoa.
on like the evidence, quote unquote evidence that's been shown so far.
Oh,
But yeah,
no.
true crime. That's an entire different.
And so what I'm hearing is we need to have a true crime stream then.
Maybe. Maybe.
I owe you the Genshin Impact stream, the Project Sekai video game TED Talk stream. We gotta talk about true crime. We have lots of fun ahead of us. Oh my gosh, let me go ahead and pull up my super chat reader. Da-da-da-do, da-da-da-da-do.
I'm hiding it. Hiding.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. It's okay.
Oh,
I wouldn't want you to hurt your neck or anything.
what if it's already hurt?
Oh gosh, did you sleep on it wrong?
Maybe.
Oh
Maybe.
no. Oh my goodness. Oh, I meant to ask you this earlier. Another philosophical question. When you play Otome games, do you put in Airi or do you make a fake name?
I put in the default name because I cannot
Same.
deal with self-insert.
Same.
Self-inserts
Thank you.
bother me so
Thank
much. I'm like,
you.
no,
Oh
please
my
don't call my
gosh.
name. Please don't call my name.
Thank you.
I look at the main character as like the main character. I don't see
Right.
the main
Same.
character as me, basically.
Same.
So I hate the
Mhm.
Y/N, which is your name,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
term for
yeah.
your name in
Right.
fanfictions, or
Mm.
the term MC. I'm just like, just put in the default name. Like
Oh.
it's Yoda for Love and Producer, it's Rosa for Tears of Divas, it's
Right.
Mai for Ikem and
I also put
Sengoku,
Rosa.
etc., etc., etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
yeah.
I don't know, because I understand if some folks, put their own name, which makes sense, right? Because it's an immersive experience. You want to, be a part of it. That's super cool. But whenever I tell people that I choose not to put in my name, they're like, why? That's the whole point, and they're like, that's so weird. Why don't you put in your name? I don't know, because to me, when I consume like Otome game content, it's like I'm looking in on someone's story, right?
There's
Right.
a reason I don't like second person fanfictions.
Yeah, and I don't know, because to each their own, right? Like everyone should be able to enjoy their media however you want, right?
The
So,
only exception is Genshin Impact, honestly.
what do you mean?
Like I use Airi and Genshin Impact instead of Lumi.
yeah, same.
But I still treat Lumine like Lumine.
Right, I
Like
treat
whenever
Lumi
they
like
say
Lumi.
my name,
Exactly.
I just read it as Lumine in my head.
Right, exactly. And because they always say like Traveler too. Because when I play games like Genshin or Tears of Themis or it's like I'm looking at another story. I'm looking at someone else's story, right? And that's just how I consume media. That's just how I choose to entertain myself. But whenever I tell people, like, oh yeah, I don't, it's just not my cup of tea. Like, why not? What's the point? Like, you should put your name in. Come on. Gosh.
I'd rather not.
Yeah,
I'd
I
rather
personally
not.
just would rather not. It's just how
I'll just have to omni something view. Oh my gosh, I can't English today. I can't pronounce today.
Oh my goodness, I feel that. But I just had to ask you that question. We had that conversation of, are you a Koga, Sesshomaru, or Inuyasha person? I had to ask. I feel like I'm learning more and more bits about your personality, right? It's not astrology. Like what's your sign? No, I have to know. Do you put your own name or not? Oh
Are you
my
gonna read my
goodness.
tarot cards? Is that what's happening next?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. This is my version of that. Oh my gosh, let's see here. Demon Warrior and Fizzle Pickle, thank you so much for the 5 gifted. For those who got backstage passes, I hope you have lots of fun backstage. Let's see here. And Alex, thank you so much for the super sticker for the diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. And Demon Warrior, thank you so much for the dono. Demon Warrior says, thank you both for this insightful talk. You hear that? Ever thought education would be in your future? Ever thought a career in education?
It's not reserved. No, I'm usually when I'm like teaching or tutoring people, I'm usually the type that like scolds a lot while I do it. I'm like, why are you like this? Why did you get this wrong? No, that's not what I said. This is not how you do it.
Oh my gosh! You hear that? That's what you're signing up for Professor Chisaka's class. But I'm sure you take your subjects very seriously. If you want a very insightful, riveting lecture, you go to Professor Chisaka. You got your free lecture today, right? You got to sit in for a free lecture today.
This is
Oh
like
my
the sneak peek preview.
Yes, we should do a POV. You go to anime school with your professors. I do PowerPoint nights a lot. Do you want to do one?
What's a PowerPoint?
Oh my
is it
gosh.
is it like a lesson kind
Let
of
me
thing?
tell you the beauty of PowerPoint nights. So every once in a while, I do these things called PowerPoint nights, and I invite people who have something that they're really passionate about or really excited to talk about. And sometimes I do themes, sometimes I don't. But most recently, I did a Genshin Impact theme PowerPoint night, and we had one PowerPoint that was like, the real life inspirations of Liyue food and culture. We also had one about, it was a botany lesson. It was like why Neapolitan lotuses glow at night. I did one where it was like the governments of Teyvat. So it really could just be about anything. It could be as silly or as serious as you want. I think Iku did one about like Genshin Impact characters as candy hearts. Or something like that.
As
I think I mixed up two of her PowerPoints, but you get the idea. It's like fun, it could be silly, but it could also be very insightful, right? Oh my gosh. Oh my
But yeah,
gosh.
I'd be down.
Yeah.
I'd be down with it.
We need to find like more Tears of Themis fans. We can do a Tears of Themis PowerPoint.
I already know a few. Don't worry.
Okay,
girl.
okay.
I know a few VTuber like
This is gonna be perfect.
Tears of Themis fans, even including in face.
I think I know who you're talking about. Okay, so let me add that to the list of things we need to do. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much for all of the fun that we've had. I feel like whenever I invite folks for Archangel Radio, it's always so fun. I always feel like I lose myself at the time of Archangel Radio, and I hope it was the same for you. I hope you had lots of fun. Did you have any favorite, moments or times from today?
Project Sekai rant. Project Sekai rant.
Oh my gosh, I need to download it. Because I've only ever...
Yes.
Because as a fan of original Vocaloid as well, I haven't got the chance to get into all the newer stuff, but I've been able to kind of, through osmosis, right, of the stuff I've seen on TikTok, I've been able to kind of appreciate the story.
Is it time for us to sing OG Vocaloid together?
Say less. Say less. Which song? Wait, do you want to do a Vocaloid karaoke? Oh my gosh.
Sure.
That is so fun. Add that to the list. Write that down.
I know a lot
Write
of
that
OG songs. I know a lot of
Oh my
OG
gosh.
songs. So, like Romeo and Cinderella, Sticks
Yes,
and Angela,
stop.
Contarella,
Yes.
Magnet, Black Rock Shooter, Melt.
Write it down. Write it down.
A bunch of old
Oh my
There's
goodness.
just a bunch of old ones that I know. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we have another dono, by the way. Sorry, I didn't catch that. My bad. Let's take a look. See here. Envy says, "Thank you for your time, Airi. Thank you. Your Vocaloid TED Talk and insight on Project Sekai is very fun to listen to from a fellow rhythm gamer. But I gotta ask, DJ Max respect V stream when? Could you translate that for me?"
DJ Max Respect V is like a rhythm game. That is also a rhythm game.
Okay.
I would be down to do it. I know somebody else also asked when I would do it. I do have the game.
Whoa!
I do have the game.
Okay.
I do have the game.
Something to look forward to then.
But yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, do you have any other announcements, things you want to share, final things you want to share with everyone before we head out for the day?
I have an announcement.
Yes, go ahead.
Rita is the best.
Oh, stop! No, you're the best. I've had so much fun these past 2 hours. I cannot even begin to tell you. I'm so happy that you had lots of fun. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you. No,
Oh
thank
my
you for
God.
inviting me because I'm such a socially aged girl. I don't really talk to people. Like if you look at my DM list, it's gonna be
Well, like I said, you're gonna be expecting that 2 a.m. call from me with a mission, and it's gonna be time bound. And if you don't respond within a certain amount of time, you're gonna lose out on some story plot.
Can I not get the best ending if I don't pick up at 2 a.m.?
I'll make it so that you have to respond within the next 24 hours. How does that sound?
If I don't do it, do I need to throw Supa so I can
No,
get the currency?
none of that.
If I
Oh
miss
my
a call, if I want to open it back up again, do I throw Supa so I can open it back up again?
None of that.
I need the best ending.
I'll make the mission
ending.
terms very lax.
Are you sure though? Do
Do you want to pick up at 2 in the morning? I don't know if I'll be awake at 2 in the morning.
Do you wanna? You tell me. Do you wanna be awake at 2 a.m.? Like sending me.
I'll do it.
Stuff.
I'll do it at least one time. I'll do it at least one time. When are you
sure?
usually awake in the middle of the night? I'll do it once. I can't guarantee it'll be the next week or so, but at one point I would do it. But I would have to do my research. I don't know how the calls actually go.
I probably stay up until
Okay.
like 1 a.m.
Okay. Okay, then I'll go research. I'll go do my research on the Mystic Messenger calls, and I'll recreate it for you. I'll send it to you.
Real.
At 1 in the morning.
Real. At 2 a.m. At 2 in the morning.
Yes. Yes, I'll do it.
Oh my god. Oh
But now
my
I have to do my
gosh.
research and I have to figure out the best way to really convince it, really sell it.
Really sell it. So wait, does that mean you're gonna be one of the Otome game characters that like I
Should
like,
I make a character?
pursue?
Or should I just do it like as Rita, a Mystic Messenger character? If I was a Mystic Messenger character. Oh my gosh.
How?
Ooh.
Why don't you become a
ooh.
Mystic Messenger character?
Whoa! Okay. I'll make up a character and a backstory.
Become the Otome
And then I'll
character
film it
you
and I'll
strive
send it to
be.
you.
Become the Otome
Oh my
character you
gosh.
strive to be.
And then I'll send you a cryptic like video. It'll just be the video call. And then you have to respond. It'll be like Be Real. But it's at 2 a.m. Do you know about Be Real?
No, what's that?
So Be Real is an app. I don't know if people still use it. But at random points in the day, you get a notification to Be Real. And you have to pick up the phone and take a picture of whatever it is you're doing. And it's supposed to be, it's supposed to be a message against how a lot of the times on Instagram or Snapchat, people cater their image, their life image. But the whole point of Be Real is that you don't have time to create, this curated image of your life. But the thing is with Be Real, you could actually delay it by like 2 minutes. So technically it's not being real, but I'll at 2 a.m, I'll send you a video and it's like, you have to, I don't know, jump up and down 2 times. I don't know. I'll
Jump
have a
up
mission
and down
for you.
2 times.
Or like you have to write a poem or something. Oh my gosh. But I don't know what the actual Mystic Messenger calls are like, so I have to do my research.
It's just like, oh, sorry, did I wake you up?
Okay.
It's literally.
Okay,
Sorry,
no, teach
did
me.
I wake
Wow,
you
what
up?
do I
I'm
put?
sorry.
Okay.
It's literally like,
Hey, sorry.
Hey,
Did I wake
do
you
I
up?
do
It's
it?
kinda late,
Okay.
isn't it?
Okay.
and then
then?
they just like start talking about like the like angsty edgy stuff.
Oh, okay. I'll make up like a backstory or like a mission or like, hey, I need you to pick up. I'm at like the secret hideout, and I need your help decoding this. What? Oh, wait, I can't spoil it for you. I have an idea. Okay.
You have an idea? I'm looking
Oh.
forward to this idea.
Oh my gosh.
I'm looking forward to this idea. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Well, then now you have something to look forward to. Oh my goodness.
Now I await your 2 a.m. call.
I'll probably tell you ahead of time, like it's gonna happen this weekend.
It's gonna happen this weekend. Pick up.
Oh my
Otherwise you're gonna need to wail in order to get the.
No, I don't want to do that to you. Oh my goodness. But Airi, thank you so much for being a part of Archangel Radio today. I had so much fun. And I hope you all did too. For those listening in, whether you're lurking, you're chatting, you're part of VOD Gang, I hope you had lots of fun. Maybe if you check out one of these Otome games, tell us your experience. Let us know your experience down below. Hey, who knows? Maybe maybe you've created a new Otome game fan. You never know.
Maybe a rhythm game fan. Project
True.
Sekai fan.
Yeah!
You're gonna
oh my
play with
goodness.
me, right? You're gonna play with me, right?
Oh, absolutely.
You're gonna play Project Sekai with
Absolutely.
me, right? This means I have to re-download the EN server, but this is fine. Because I
Oh
usually
my
play on the
gosh.
JP server.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, maybe I can make an account on the JP server.
Hmm.
Okay, sounds good. Well, thank you again, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye!
Bye! Otsu! Otsu!
Ooh, secret ending. We have a message from beyond. Go ahead.
What's Watch Sepakir with me tonight, or else.
Wait, what's your watch along?
Sepakir, it's gonna be at 6 p.m.
Wow. So tune in for that, okay? We came from the great beyond to tell you that. Ooh. Bye.